What's up, natural bodybuilding world? This is John Bossy covering the natural classes of the 2013 NPC Utah Spring Show promoted by Steve Schmall, here with Steve himself. Steve, can you give us a little bit of reflection on tonight's show and some of the highlights?
Long. Anytime you have 187 competitors, it's going to be a long show. Largest one we've ever had here in Utah. Yet again, it seems like every time we have them, they just keep getting bigger, better, great competition. Very exhausting, but definitely well worth it. Smooth run for the night show, long on the prejudging, but you want to get it right. So,
very good. I can say myself, having attended this show a few times, it's quite tough finding a place to park. More so than usual. Normally, the lot's very full. Tonight, it was like you couldn't find anywhere as people were parking on the streets and all over the place. So really impressive to see how much the sport's growing, particularly here in Utah. Perhaps you reflecting there on kind of the work that goes into promoting a show might be a good topic. So, maybe a little advice to someone that's maybe thought about promoting a show before, kind of what goes into it and what it takes.
you know what, it kind of fell into my lap, but I was fortunate enough to actually start as a fan, a competitor, a helper, from just helping out with garbage, watching doors, security, whatnot, and then eventually helping with trophies, expediting, and then promoting. What I would say is if you do it because you love it. Because if you're just doing it for the money, you're never going to be rich and retire from this. But if you have a love for it, you can make a little bit. But it's a lot of it's just the feedback that you get, the friendships that you build, which is really I've been very fortunate. Especially at this show, we had a gentleman actually who has stage 4 brain cancer. He didn't want us to announce that, but he played 6 out of 7. He was 61, and went up guys that were 40 years old. So he did really well. So it's not necessarily like Ed Dunn said earlier, where you train, it's how you train. So and especially for if you're looking into promoting, don't think it's all cake and candy, guys. It's a lot of hard work. So you got to dot your I's, cross your T's, and go at it slow, because a lot of times you go at it really big, it can break you fast. It really can.
And speaking of going big, I can definitely say, again, from having attended the show in the past, you brought Branch Warren, Johnny Jackson, Ed Nunn tonight, Marcus Haley, I believe, before. A lot of big names. What's kind of some advice you would give on, trying to generate some good sponsors and generate some good guest posers and really get a lot of hype around the show?
I think a lot of it has to do with just being consistent in advertising as well. My whole goal was just to bring out the top 5 or 10 in the world, just to give the fans something, being a fan of myself. And I think that's actually worked well for us. I've got Kai Green coming out June 15th to the show, and or for our next show anyway. And it's who knows? We might have 120 to 150 competitors. It's tend to be the smallest show, but now it's growing just as fast as the other two. And I've just added a 4th show this year. We'll see how that turns out. I'm actually looking forward to it. I love the big shows, but when they're good sized and not 15 hours in a day, it's a little better, sure. Especially on me. So.
No question. Well, we definitely appreciate the work you put in promoting bodybuilding here in Utah. It's certainly growing, and it's great to see. Any final thoughts on tonight's show?
Just a special thanks to all the competitors for busting their butts and getting up here, because without them, it's just not possible. As well as my wife, she's the brains behind a lot of this, and without her, all the little technical stuff, I'd be lost. So honestly, props to my wife, Sue. Love her to death. She's a big part of this. I get a lot of the FaceTime, but she's a lot of behind the scenes that makes it go. And then judges as well. You can't say enough for them. They put in so much. A lot of them just volunteer a lot of time. We try and do what we can for them, and just I'm very blessed to be where I'm at and doing what I'm doing and loving it. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Awesome.
Go NPC.
Very good. Another classic example. If you work hard and do what you love, good things will come. So we'll look forward to the shows in June and October, is it?
Yeah. Next 3 for this year will be June 15th, October 17th, and October 19th. So if you go to npcutah.com, you can see the schedule basically, and I do crossovers from as far as shows from natural and open non-tested together. So it's something that's worked really well here. The classes, we switch up every show, so you just have to be informed, kind of jump on the registration, see what's available to you. If you're interested, great shows, good times, come on out.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll see you there. Until next time, this is John Bossy with promoter Steve Schmall at the 2013 NPC Utah Spring Show with Inside Natural Bodybuilding. Thanks for watching.